Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and if you hear a chainsaw in the background, that's because there is a chainsaw in the background. Somebody somewhere close to me is sawing something down. Okay, wanted to, before I get started, I wanted to basically tell you what I think is going on right now. I feel like we're coming to a, in all of the requests for documents from the SEC, whether it's in the Ripple lawsuit or the Freedom of Information Act request, I feel like the SEC is right now getting their back pushed firmly into the corner with document requests that they cannot meet. In other words, they could meet them, but to show the things that are being asked for would mean that investigations start happening. That's where I think they are. And that's why I think all you're going to see at this point is you're going to see the delays with this judge all the way that they can. And with the Empower organization, you're going to see that. If I'm putting my money on it, what they're going to do next is they're going to provide some, not all of the 1,000 documents, but all of it will be redacted. And they're going to make Empower go and get a judge to force them to unredact everything. It's going to happen something like that. They're going to stall this as long as they can. Maybe they'll stall it until Ethereum 2.0 or otherwise called as consensus layer comes out. Maybe they're trying to stall for that because Gary Gensler is obviously working for somebody because he's not working for the American people. So maybe he's working in the interests of JP Morgan and the boys over there. Because he's not. One thing we know for sure, he's not working for investors. He's not working for us. We know that. That's a fact at this point. Okay. This person had tweeted today, Web3 was a mistake. We need to go back to crypto. And I said, well, it's somewhere between A and Z. And that is a takeoff on when a little while back when Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk were kind of starting something with the all the Web3 people, and I think both these guys have been watching all the stuff that's been happening with the SEC Ripple case. I think they know now that Andreessen Horowitz A16Z was behind a lot of this stuff. I think that's what they were pointing at. So I was just doing a little takeoff on that. Now I've got a prediction. Remember my little rant from this morning, my Friday morning rant. Jason Foster, his document that I read through this morning. I said, let me make a prediction. Any politician on the wrong side of this SEC mess when the lid finally blows is going to be an ex-politician. Pay attention, Congress. Now, think about this, folks. Up until now, we've been talking about a Ripple lawsuit that, once it's resolved, will go away. And even John Deaton, that lawsuit could eventually go away, okay? They could come to some type of a settlement. But guess what? This Empower organization, because of the arrogance coming out of the SEC, now they have the Empower organization. I don't know how you make the Empower organization go away without giving them what they're asking for. And my gut screams to me that if they start being forced to give them what they're asked for and actually give it to them, the lid is going to blow sky freaking high. Okay. Now, I was joking around earlier and I said, if I were Jason Foster from Empower, I would hire Martha Stewart to be my spokesman in this effort. She went to jail at the hands of the very people that are responsible for this. Congress must investigate. Now, look, I'm not saying that Martha Stewart did not do something wrong. Okay, let's say she did. What I am saying is the people that put Martha Stewart in jail are the same freaking people that are now at the SEC doing the things that Jason Foster talks about in that article. And these guys aren't even being investigated. Are you freaking kidding me? That's why Martha Stewart ought to volunteer to be a free spokesperson for him. Because these people, what's going on here, if I'm 1,000% wrong, it's shady as it can be. But if I'm 1,000% right, and if I'm just half right, there's some really bad stuff, possibly even prison time for some of these folks. If we have a country anymore, I always like to give that caveat. If the United States of America it still is the land of the free and the home of the brave, if we still are a country of laws, then there is potential criminality here. But I'm not telling you that we are a country of laws anymore, because I don't see any indication that we are. Well, I take that back. We are a country of laws when it comes to the peasants out here, the common person. But these people apparently can break laws at will and nobody does anything about it. It is scary times for the United States of America and really the world. So anyway, I said, by the way, you'll never guess, just as an aside here, you'll never, and I'm not saying Stephen Cutler did anything wrong. He happened to be the guy that was the director of enforcement at the SEC when they put Martha Stewart in prison. Just by pure coincidence, he works at Simpson Thacher now. Just thought that was an interesting thing. Again, he didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not saying Martha Stewart didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying she didn't deserve to go to jail. Maybe she did. I'm just saying that the people that put her in jail have done things that, to me, seem much worse than anything she ever did. Okay, now, James Phelan put this out today. SEC files motion for extension of time to 2/24/22 to respond to motion to compel turnover of notes from the 2018 meeting between Brad Garlinghouse and Commissioner Roisman. Apparently, Commissioner Roisman said in these notes that Brad Garlinghouse, that he didn't think XRP, I think that's what he said, he didn't think XRP was a security. They need more time for doing some late night redacting is what my opinion is. Now, Jack the Rippler had put this out, the Digital Euro Association. This is what's going on while Gary Gensler tries to stop U.S. innovation, by the way. The Digital Euro Association is delighted to announce its partnership with Ripple as a supporting member to jointly work on central bank digital currencies. And I said, while Gary Gensler holds back American innovation, Europe embraces it. Joe Biden, he's not worth it. Jump ship on this guy. The elections are coming. People will remember, Joe. Then Ripple tweeted this out. We're excited to join the Digital Euro Association as a supporting partner to further develop our work with CBDCs. This one part of our larger goal to deliver global solutions for CBDCs and stable coins through our blockchain and crypto expertise. And by the way, while Gary Gensler holds back American innovation, here's what Vladimir Putin is doing. Russian government crypto opportunities will be created by bringing the industry out of the shadows. Russia is expected to draw up crypto legislation, including tax standards, by February 18th. So I said this, pay attention, Joe Biden. Putin is giving his country a crypto framework, while your Gary Gensler SEC can't even give us a straight answer as to what Ethereum is. The U.S. is looking more Soviet than free market these days. We've literally got a guy who's an ex-KGB guy who's acting like he's more into a free market than the United States is now. What in the world's going on, folks? I'll say it again. What in the world is going on in the United States of America? This is bonkers. It's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Somebody needs to investigate these clowns immediately. All right. I told you the other day, Masterworks, this is the coolest new investment thing I got going for myself. What I did is I bought $500. See, you can buy into shares of artwork on this platform, masterworks.io. So for the first time in my life, because I was no wealthy art investor, you know, traditionally you have to spend, you know, if you want to get a nice painting, some famous painting, spend $20 million and it can be yours. Well, now Masterworks has gone and created shares. They buy a painting and then they go and securitize it into shares, and you can buy them for a minimum investment of, I think it's like $500, and they break it up in $20 a share increments. It's so cool. Look at this. This is something I thought. They've got all kinds of great information, because these guys aren't just putting up any piece. These guys know what they're doing. This is a Jean-Michel, I don't even know how to say that name. And then you can look at this person's 2019 auction sales, 128,795,000. Historical, so they give you all kinds of stats on all these artists so let's look at Andy Warhol. His 2019 auction sales, 228 million. Historical appreciation rate, his is 11.6. Cause, whatever that is, 108 million. Historic appreciation rate, 38.5%. So they even have things on here where you can do some research. Now look at this. There's so many clips where their CEO's going on and giving better explanations for how it works. Listen to this.
To try and figure out when a sale would happen. I mean, how do you weigh and what kind of say do investors have in figuring out what time may be right to sell?
Yeah, there's really two different paths to liquidity today. So we can sell the painting, which takes anywhere between 5 and 7 years, or we recently launched trading markets. So people are now trading shares in these great works of art. So if they want to get out of a painting before we sell it, they can simply list their shares on our website and sell them to another investor.
Yeah, it's an interesting liquid event.
So what he said there is that now they've created a secondary market. So if you buy a painting and you don't want, and you need to become liquid, or you just want to sell early, they've got a secondary market, so you can go on there and put your shares up for sale. How cool is that? Gold Telegraph, the Federal Reserve will be testing the ability of the largest U.S. banks. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Masterworks.io, there's a link to this in the top of the description of this video. Go give them a click. Go over there and you can open an account. They've got a thing here on the website where you can skip the wait list if you click on my link. All right, Federal Reserve will be testing the ability of the largest banks being able to handle a recession. The test will include unemployment jumps to 10%, 40% decline in commercial real estate, collapse in asset prices, increased market volatility. All that could happen in a second, folks. Now look at this. This is from Wrath of Kahneman. Amazing. The SEC Commissioner Roisman told Brad Garlinghouse that XRP was not a security. According to Brad's deposition, he was not the chair, but he was sitting commissioner. Also deeply troubling. So there's that, okay? Now, I want to show you this. Same guy, Wrath of Kahneman. Jay Clayton asked Brad Garlinghouse to back up from the issue of XRP's undecided security status. This from their own notes. Look at this. And Chair Clayton asked him to back up from that issue and encouraged the Ripple executives to continue its ongoing discussions with staff of the Division of Corporate Finance. And then I think Stefan Huber nails it right here. The SEC memo shows how Clayton didn't want to talk with Ripple about regulatory matters, whether XRP is a security or not, but about Ripple's business and technology. Good old Agent Clayton, caught on the secret mission doing some economic espionage for his Wall Street backers. Now, here's what this reminds me of. We've heard both Brad Garlinghouse and Stewart make references to what they felt like the SEC in hindsight was doing. They're trying to get you to come in and act like they're interested in helping you with the security issue when they're really just gathering information on what you're doing so that they can later bring an enforcement action against you. Here's Stewart Alderati from September 8th, 2021. We are told to engage with the SEC in good faith. And what do we get? Enforcement actions or threats of them with no clarity. Their preferred method of strong-arm intimidation and inconsistently applying unclear rules hurts consumers and markets in the end. And then he's talking about how these other areas have frameworks. So this is all intentional, folks. This was all by design, as I've told you before. Now that I know what I know, after reading the Jason Foster, his little memo this morning, it's very clear. He's pieced it all together. We've been right all along. What this was regulatory capture. This was, like Lowell Ness said, the attorney for Andreessen Horowitz. He said They wanted to get Bitcoin and Ethereum out from under securities laws. He did not say we wanted to get Bitcoin and Ethereum and the crypto. We wanted to work on behalf of the crypto industry and get the crypto industry out from under securities laws. He said we wanted to get Bitcoin and Ethereum out from under securities laws. Then the plan was to use the I'm not saying he used the SEC. I'm just saying the SEC, what they did, and the whole plan was to slam the door on the rest of the industry, thus creating a monopoly for Ethereum so that they could issue tokens at will and have a monopoly on DeFi. That's what this was. It's obvious as the nose on your face. That's what happened here, and these guys need to be investigated because that's what they've done. For 3+ years, it's been the Bitcoin Ethereum parade, and it's been a lie. One big, huge lie. The two inferior technologies have been held up as if they're some shining light on a hill, and they're piles of junk compared to XRP and XLM. And that's the fact, Jack. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for information purposes only. Did I say that wrong? I just lost my train of thought completely. Let me try that again, see how well I have it memorized. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that for whatever reason, reading all this stuff today just really pissed me off. And I'm not in a bad mood or anything. That's the crazy part about it. It's Friday. I'm kind of in a good mood. I'm going to have a margarita tonight. But this stuff, this is so blatant what's going on here, and I'm so excited that Jason Foster from Empower. I'm excited that he sees. I mean, I'm assuming he's an attorney, and he's out of D.C. He sees what we've been trying to show all this time, and I feel like the good guys, the cavalry's finally arrived, and I really appreciate it. And it's for the sake of our children's future. It's for the sake of our country's future. We can't have this kind of backroom dealing in this country and have a country. This needs to be a level playing field. We need to have a free market economy the way that this country was founded to have. Thanks for listening. You should be pissed